Ragnarok was Lupino's private nightclub, a den of drugs built into an old theater. I knew what waited inside. V-head junkies ready to explode in random acts of senseless violence, and Lupino's goon squad, the worst stone-cold killers this side of hell.
Ragnarok was Lupino's private nightclub. So, Lupino has a nightclub called Ragnarok. Lupino is a personification of Fenrir, the wolf, the child of Loki, where Loki had a fling with a frost giant. So, when we have somebody like Fenrir, the savagery of existence, we can't see the relationship between Loki and his frost giant wife, his death by snoo stew wife. We can't look at them like an actual relationship, like in real life. In here, he actually doesn't have a in here, Lupino doesn't really have a relationship because he is the wolf. The wolf doesn't have relationships. The wolf is just sheer savagery, sheer ferocity, sheer anger, sheer wrath. And the reason for that is because wolves in the olden days, they were the most ferocious of beasts out there. They're more ferocious than bears because the wolf was a very fearsome creature. And they usually went in packs. And then when we say something like savage, we have savages running around in packs and tribes. And that's kind of why werewolves are seen as savage. And that's kind of why people don't like the idea of werewolves and the werewolves in Twilight being Native American, because like they're saying Native Americans are savage, but come on, the shoe fits. Okay, that's gonna get me banned. So he says, a den of drugs built into an old theater. And I really like this. So he has a nightclub, but it becomes a drug den, a place where they are making drugs and holding drug addicts. And it's built into an old theater. So an old theater used to be this place, and it doesn't even look like a theater. It looks like a really old Gothic church. And I love the way that looks. Look at those windows. Look at those spires on the sides. 2 spires. It's neo-Gothic. It's amazing. And this is also why, like, in the 90s and like early 2000s, we absolutely loved Gothic nightclubs. And this is like the most Gothic nightclub you can ever have. Other games did this, like Blood Rain, which I really want to play and show you guys because they have Gothic nightclubs there. There's Gothic nightclubs in Vampire, I think it's called Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, something like that. It was a RPG game, and they have nightclubs in there too. There was Blade. That was a great moment in that nightclub where like people are getting killed. The Matrix, that's another movie with like a Gothic nightclub. And when he says old theater, he's saying this used to be a place where people would see a show. Now it's a drug-addicted hellhole. And then he says, I knew what waited inside. V-head junkies ready to explode in random acts of senseless violence. Well, what do you think the V is? V is the blood of the Valkyries. And technically, because Fenrir is the one behind the whole V selling around the area, it's kind of like saying there is liquid savagery being implanted into random drug addicts. That's why they explode in random acts of senseless violence. And Lupino's goon squad, the worst stone cold killers this side of hell. So his goon squad are like his henchmen, and they are supposed to be stone cold killers. So of course Lupino, a stone cold killer, is going to have a whole bunch of stone cold killers working for him. And so these are supposed to be the most ruthless killers out there. They don't really seem that terrible. They're not really that bad compared to the other killers we've met so far. But it is great how they kind of build it up to be like, alright, these guys are not going to say no for an answer. They're not going to even talk to you. They just want to kill you.
Ragnarok was as inviting as a headache, flickering and flashing to a machine gun beat. The belly of the nightclub was a Gothic theme park that began with bondage games and led to the nasty stuff from there.
That's actually pretty good as a line. So he says Ragnarok was as inviting as a headache, meaning you don't really want Ragnarok to be in your presence, especially since it has flickering and flashing lights. The neon light is very flickery and flattery, so it is flashing to a machine gun beat, meaning there's going to be machine guns in there. A little bit of foreshadowing if you didn't know. And it's also very well connected to the whole gun aspect of everything. The belly of the nightclub was a Gothic theme park that began with bondage games and led to the nasty stuff from there. So this might be a bit of more of a conservative position that Sam Lake was taking, but he's saying in a very ironic way, the place has bondage games, and then there's even more nasty stuff that follows from there. He just wants to mention bondage games to let you know there's even worse stuff going on there. You know, probably people getting their nuts stepped on, or people having, like, I don't know, watching women step on animals with high heels, or I don't know what the hell people want to do in that class. I've never been in one. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like nasty stuff. I'm sorry if that was too much.
As subtle with its dark message as a cop killer bullet through the heart, like father, like son. just like Jack Lupino.
We're in the club. I got no health. I'm gonna die. Security. Oh god! Alright, time for round 2. Dodged it barely.
The book had never been a bestseller.
Alright, that book can hold. I need. Oh, thank god, health. Gotta use both of them. Oh, I'm getting stuck on the walls.
Given the setting, I was surprised to find that somebody had been passing time reading. The paperback was entitled The Age of Murder and Storm. The blurb on the back mentioned Norse mythos and Ragnarok, the end of a Viking world with a terrible winter that covered the earth in ice, when vile crimes were rampant and all humanity lost. I could see how somebody impressionable might get it into their head that we were at the end of time. I was also beginning to see what the nightclub and its owner were all about.
This part's great. So he says, given the setting, I was surprised to find that somebody had been reading. So he's like, I'm surprised anybody could even read in this place. All the people here are stupid. And the paperback was called The Age of Murder and Storm. Well, right now we're in a storm, a snowstorm, and there's a lot of murder going on. His family was murdered. So he sees a connection there. He says the blurb is talking about Norse mythos and Ragnarok, the end of the Viking world, with a terrible winter that covered the earth in ice, when vile crimes were rampant and all humanity lost. So here we have his humanity being lost. There are vile crimes going on all over the place after his humanity was lost, and now the world is covered in ice. Oh, look at that. Directly telling you that it's about Norse mythology. This is the most direct way to tell it, too. I like it. I really do enjoy this moment. If they take this moment out of the reboot, it's not gonna be the same game. Like, really? You guys are gonna take out the most important part of all the mythos and all the connections to Norse mythology? Just because you don't want to repeat that? No, screw you guys. He also says, I can see how somebody impressionable might get it into their head that we were at the end of time. I like that kind of part because he is also impressionable, and so is Jack Lupino. So whoever was reading that is kind of connecting Max with Lupino. So the book connects the two together. Lupino chooses to be more like Fenrir. Max is more like the Midgard Serpent. Both of these kids, products, offspring of Loki. And then he says, I was also beginning to see what the nightclub and its owners were all about. Well, the owner is Jack Lupino, Fenrir, the wolf, and the nightclub is Ragnarok, the end of the world. So here we're gonna have a moment similar to the mythology where Fenrir pretty much fights off everybody during Ragnarok. But I'll get into the whole Fenrir lore later. Right now I just want to let everybody know this is directly telling you, hey, we're gonna do a pastiche kind of idea with Norse mythology. Get ready for it, and that's pumping you up really well. To get pumped up, let's get the shotgun. All this ammo here, but no more health.
There he is!
Oh goodness! Like I can see the explosion through the wall. Oh, can't get it. Look out, the Asian! Oh goodness! He's holding it sideways. They're throwing Mazel-Tov cocktails! They're spinning me into a stupor! Saw the guy. He's over there. Oh, almost walked through the fire. Through the fire and flames we will carry on. Look at this dance club. Freaking pentagram on the ground. What's that? Oh, that's an eyeball. Is that Nerfsoft? I know it's an eyeball. I like this like fanged creature. The fanged Crypt Keeper. Just imagine dancing here, picking up like goth chicks. Looking at their big titty goth titties. Big tittied IHOP MILFs, right? Is that the meme? Where is the exit? Oh Jesus! Ooh! Run away! Run away! caught me when my back was twinned. It's okay, that's okay. Not that bad, not that bad. Zombie demons from outer space. Is that the band? Oh, he's not there. Where'd he go? I see him. These are the stone cold killers and their beer bar. This must be where they get the beer from the bar. Wait a minute, bar's over there. Bar's over there. Oh, I missed completely. Maybe this event is what caused Max to be an alcoholic in the third game. I'll have a near beer, please. This music's awesome for this kind of scene. If only I didn't have to play so sporadically. Because my health is so low. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. This place Ragnarok rocks. People remaking this game at least have like actual bands and people just running around screaming. And add some bathrooms so we can see two goth chicks les out as they pee. Up, up, up. Do you hear the scream? That took out all my skill. Now I'm gonna start sucking.
Books on the occult had been piled on the table.
Oh damn. Broken heart and a skull and a couple pentagrams here and there. Looks like an emo's binder.
The room was stacked with light reading, such as Necronomicon, Witchcraft, and Paradise Lost. Old exotic titles like Malleus Maleficarum and De Umbrarum Reini Novum Portis. Books with pentagrams on their covers, all dealing with the occult and the infernal, lying between stacks of horror videos and a couple of Ouija boards. The only thing I could take seriously was the thought of Lupino taking it seriously. He had been spending a lot of time getting intimate with the guy downstairs.
Alright, so this part is kind of important just to understand who Jack Lupino is, and it also is important to understand why I believe Diesel Punk has a lot to do with the occult. Now, I didn't understand Diesel Punk until way later, and I wasn't even relating it to Max Payne specifically, but when we have the occult in old stories, old pulp stories from the 1930s and 40s, the occult was almost a reaction to things like the Nazis getting into the occult in order to try to win World War II. It was also involved in something from the 1800s called spiritualism, which was this kind of religious going over to like a gypsy or some kind of fortune teller, trying to see if you're going to get lucky in something like a stock market. And that was mostly old, rich, white women going to see some kind of fortune teller, somebody to read palms, somebody to look into the crystal ball. That was all about spiritualism, and that was also in part with the occult. So when we have later on people getting into the occult, it's sort of getting attached to Gothic, as well as what we now call Wiccan. But the occult in something like Max Payne is more about somebody hoping they can use some kind of spiritual guidance, some kind of spiritual essence to cause chaos, to cause destruction, to cause almost a supernatural force against the natural force of the law. And it is also kind of alluding to things like witch hunts. It's alluding to things like Satanism, which was the main enemy of what was previously conservative media back in the 1930s and 40s. Hell, they even had like some kind of exploitation film called Reefer Madness, which had like Satanism mixed with marijuana. It's crazy what was going on back then. It's even crazier what's going on now. But I just hope people understand there's things like Necronomicon, which is Lovecraftian. That's part of the 1920s, 30s, 40s. And we have witchcraft. We have Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost was about a guy getting mixed up with Satan, or in the story, his name was Mephistopheles, trying to sell his soul. And then we also have titles like, I can't pronounce those, Malleus Maleficarum, and that's actually a real book. It was usually translated to the title Hammer of Witches, and it was a book all about witchcraft. It was written by a Catholic clergyman called Heinrich Kramer, and it was published in Germany back in like the 1400s. It was all about demonology, and then there's also De Umbram Regini. I can't pronounce these Latin names. I'm not really much of a Latin person. I have no idea how to say. I can barely say the name Umbra. I know Umbra means shadow, or at least something similar to that. But the Umbra book, whatever it's called, It was called The 9 Gates of the Kingdom of Shadows. So I guess Novum is 9, Umbra is Shadow, Portus is like Gate, you know? That was actually the book that inspired the movie The Ninth Gate with Johnny Depp. The book was actually deemed to give people supernatural powers of the Kingdom of Shadows. So in the movie, you have that one girl who like pretty much rapes Johnny Depp at like near the end of it. Sorry for spoiling such a crappy movie, but yeah, she pretty much got the shadow powers from the book, and that book is the blah blah blah, the Umbra blah blah blah. And so when he says books with pentagrams on their covers, all dealing with the occult and the infernal, lying between stacks of horror videos and a couple of Ouija boards, he's saying that like Jack Lupino is just looking for anything that could be considered possible to grant him powers from Satan. You know, Ouija boards were considered like a satanic connection, like you would be able to talk to the devil or talk to evil spirits with the Ouija board. And honestly, the Ouija board's just, it was made like in the 70s during the height of things like Satanism and hippies. So it was just kind of like radical Christian concepts that didn't really hold any ground. Then he says the only thing I could take seriously was the thought of Lupino taking it seriously. So it's like, look, this guy's really dangerous because he's into satanic stuff and he's really trying to cause supernatural things to occur in this world that I believe is normal. So despite all the comedic things and weird, zany, like occurrences in the story, despite the fact that somebody like Max could, you know, in the second game survive a headshot wound. That's actually a thing that happens in the second game. He survives a headshot wound. I think that's what happens. We'll find out when we get to that game. But even all this crazy stuff's going on, there's still a natural essence to everything. It's not yet supernatural, but the merge between natural and supernatural is coming very close, very, very close in this part. And it's just kind of drawing you towards like, maybe, just maybe, there could be some kind of supernatural occurrence. Maybe something weird could happen in this kind of world. It's trying to fight against it, but it's also trying to bring it closer. And I think that's amazing for this kind of story. This was taken out completely in the later games. The whole supernatural aspect of everything, trying to bring it closer to fantasy, trying to involve fantasy into this noir story, all taken out. And I think that's a very horrible shame. That is what caused the second game to be less likable. That's what caused the third game to be completely unlikable. It's just, why? Why would you take out this important part of the entire series? This is the greatest moment of the entire game. The second we see supernatural occurrences within a gothic nightclub, come on, keep that. Why would you remove that? Well, you know, no, rant over. Let's get back into the intense mission. Alright, need more health. Oh, everything's locked. I could have sworn a bookcase moved in here. These lights.
Help me, I'm lost and I don't know where I am.
Oh yeah, and also these candles on like giant pedestals, that's going to be important for later when we enter a nightmare. How do I get out of here? I'm trapped! I can't get out. I could have sworn there was something I had to do. Like a lever or something. Please TV, give me the answers. I don't know either, balls. I'm pushing buttons. Nothing I could do, dude. I could have sworn DSP got stuck in here too.
Several days later.
Oh my god. Alright, that's embarrassing. I just had to press the button to open the gate. I feel like such an idiot. Dude, I swear, I played this game like 100 times. I totally forgot about that I had to press the button to open the fucking gate. Oh. Gesundheit. Is he still there? Or did he move? Yep, he's here. I hate getting shot. It's always so ouchy. How about if I sneak across here? Yeah, I'm like a little kitty cat on the gangway. Oh, hell yeah. Health. Give me the pills. Now that I'm hopped up on drugs, I can take on the world. But first, I should try to buy some cigarettes with some counterfeit money. You just gotta stun them, and it's all good. Ooh, more pills. Finally. Whatever you do, Max Payne, don't press that red big button right here. You mean this button? Well, enough tomfoolery over here. Let's go upstairs.
I wouldn't say anything to his face. He might not. Who knows what he does? Somebody's gotta go in there. It's too freaky.
Somebody told me this club was fire. I feel like I hit nobody. He's a desert eagle. Anybody else? Okay, let's use some engrams. Oh goodness. Great googly boogly! Oh, I burned one guy. Take that, you rat bastard. More drug deals. Oh, there's more guys coming. Good thing I know how to use cover. Some people just run forward. Alright. Check my bearings. Boy. Any more guys coming? Oh, what was that? Let's safely destroy these boxes in the meantime. Yes, more pills. Sorry for making old man voices, but this is intense. That's the sound of my balls flying to my throat when I'm gaining intense. This is a crazy hard game, alright? I'm like a normal mode. I thought I can beat hard mode. No, I was wrong. And... oh shit. What was the point of the cinematic death? Was he important? Alright. Let's reload. And let's check the stairway. He's still there. Macaulay Culkin still trying to shoot me with marbles, whatever the hell he used in that movie. Yeah, that was a trap door. They're supposed to fall through it, but he just like fell down instead of fall backwards. This is bad game design. Oh goodness! Oh, my hand was like shooting the wrong side. Well, that didn't work. It also blocked my way. Come on, get his tiny little head. Can he get his head like this? I swear, just like get a fingernail or something. This is bad game design. I do kind of want Sephiroth Sword 57 to play this game. Sephiroth Sword 57, if you're listening to this, please play this game. I'm sure you'll like it. It is a bit like Sonic after all. That's pretty cool. The wind comes in like 5 seconds later. Oh, where does that guy come from? He's like, hey guys, I'm late for the drug deal. What the? One person's on fire, 2 people are full of bullets? I missed all the fun. Alright, don't fall down. Don't you love platforming in games that have like really horrible... Oh crap. I got mixed up where I'm supposed to go. Okay. pigeons flying around me, crapping on my head like that guy in Scary Movie 2. Okay. And look how horrifically beautiful this place looks. Platforming again? 2 in a row? You remember when I said I wanted to play this level?
That's right, Majors. You did.
I lied. Come on, don't slip, don't slip.
Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! SpongeBob, careful! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob!
Ah, made it. Phew! I missed. Trying for round 2. And second one. Shot his own guy. Well, thanks. With enemies like you, who needs allies? What? Where's the health? Where's the health? There's the health. Oh, there's another guy. Oh, he's supposed to fall. Dude, this game is seriously cock blocking me like every other turn. I'm supposed to see amazing cinematics, but no. I got shot. Oh, god damn it! There's like 3 guys coming. Fuck! Oi. Any more guys coming? Any more red bastards with powerful guns that kill me in one shot? These stairs are scaring the crap out of me. When you guys remake this game, at least don't use the same stupid, like, wrapping paper, whatever it's called, that you guys use in this game. Making me still super slow going upstairs and super fast going downstairs. Alright, pyro control. Yeah, that's what I want to see. What is it? Geysers of the Slain? Chasers? Chasers of the Slain. That means Valkyries. Blow them the fuck up. I don't know if you can damage them like that. Oh, you can play guitar though. That's cool.
Karaoke never was my scene.
So what's up with Max saying if he was doing a karaoke? It's not unusual to be in love with anyone. It's not unusual to be in love by anyone. But when I see you in love with anyone, it's not unusual. It happens every day. My name is Max Payne. I could have sworn I knew how to defeat this puzzle. That's you. And 4. No, forgot. No, it's 2. I think it. Right. It should be this one. I was correct. I hope nobody throws a grenade at me. Oh, god damn it! You ain't running anywhere, you son of a bitch. Ah, I missed. Oh my god. My last burlet. Now back up the stairs. Why oh why does the backstage have to be so giant? I do love the way this backstage looks. Looks like a Dino Crisis map. Yeah, wasn't that like a puzzle in Dino Crisis? With the pipes? And then Mario goes through them?